like to hear from you how you would describe the current digital platform. Just in one sentence, or if you could bring one word, how would you describe the current digital payment landscape for corporates in Nigeria?
I guess for me, a lot of things are changing and changing very rapidly. The digital space is changing. What we used to know as money is no longer what we know as money. Back then, it's all about the physical paper. But now we have things like digital wallets. You have the central bank that is coming up with the e-Naira platform as well, which will make cross-border payments very seamless. And you have the instant. So back in the days, for you to even understand what your position is, you have to wait for end of the day. You have to wait for to spool your bank statements. All that is changing fast. So we're moving along with technology, and we're at that era wherein you have to just leverage technology to get to where you want to be.
You just heard from the last speaker that we are entering into an evolution. There is a disruption in the market, and anyone that will not key into the next phase of payment, it will look like the days of Volkswagen. And you know what happened. A mechanic that was proficient in Volkswagen and stayed there, what we used to call B2. Today, if that is all that the mechanic knows, it will mean that he's left behind.
I would say transformative. Transformative in the sense that we moved away from the era of companies saying they are doing year-end and they are sleeping in the office. You would do year-end, you post journal, you reconcile, do all sorts. But today, robotics will post journal for me. I will latch on First Bank's presentation where they showcase a number of products. Today, you can collect money without card. You can just walk to the ATM, type in 1 or 2 codes, and machine will vomit money and you'll be glad. Those things were not there in the past. So many things coming our ways. The last one I will touch briefly before I drop the mic is smart contract. Just wait for that. It will be explosive. When you have a smart contract, paperless, that you can program end to end, you are going to shorten your cash conversion cycle because you can time when you want the money. You can know when you want to pay as well. So let's wait for it as we move gradually into it.
So while we try to describe the current landscape of digital transformation when it comes to Treasury and the banking apps that we have these days, I would say that there is still a lapse that we would have to discuss in between. As much as we have gone when compared to previous generations, we still have a lot to do in the future. So for me, I would say, despite that we have the speed in transactions that we are always looking out for today, we also need to move in with some innovation and also some hardened controls within the system that currently drives our financial operations in corporates today.
So I come from a security perspective. What I would say is there's been a lot of innovation around payments in Nigeria, but one important thing I would say is how are we ensuring trust, especially given the rise of innovation, given the rise of digital transformation. Nigeria is a low-trust society, so while we are trying to digitize payment systems, how are we ensuring trust? How are we ensuring security? And so that's what I would say, like there's a very rapid growth of digitization around Nigeria's ecosystem, even Africa as a whole, but we should also consider the security aspect of it as well. So that's my submission. Thank you.
Over the next 3 to 5 years, do you see blockchain taking a front hold and becoming more prominent with interbank settlements, liquidity management, supply chain finance? Do you think that's going to happen over the next 3 to 5 years?
The way to look at it is to look at major trade partners with Nigeria. If you look at those that Nigeria or businesses make their import from, is either from America, China, India. Then let's look at this major economy. In America today, their institutional investors, they are using blockchain. In China, their e-commerce and agriculture, they have adopted blockchain. In India, they are focusing on digital payment. What that simply means is that major economies are exploring the use of distributed ledger technology, which is blockchain. In Singapore, they have moved away completely from centralized payment. Like in Nigeria, we have the ROTGS, which is real-time gross settlement system that is run through the central bank payment system, which means in Singapore, they don't do that through their central bank. It happens through their nodes from the blockchain system. Is in Germany, Switzerland. If you look at even Malta, in Malta, they have adopted it in their educational system. Then you look at Georgia, land titles are basically tokenized. What that means is that lands have tokens, they are coded. So you can carry your land title in your digital platform. All this said, it simply means that we are there because those who we trade with, they are there. So the time to start thinking, the time to start acting is actually now. What we now will begin to do is to set up framework and policies that we also, like as an association, will begin to advocate for the regulation that will govern the blockchain system, which will make payment not only seamless. What we are talking about here is transparency and monitoring. From your system, you are able to look at the movement of your money from one ecosystem to the other.